Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another university video all about post-uni life, and this video is going to specifically be about 1 year post-graduation, 1 year post-uni, what life is actually like after university. And I know I've done a video touching these kind of subjects before. I will link those down below about post-university blues. For this video I want to be more specifically about what to actually expect 1 year post-uni, which is the position that I'm in now. So I do have a couple of blog posts which I will link down below, which are again the post-university blues, and I wrote a blog post very recently, literally like I think the day or like to the day that I graduated a year on, what life is like and what 1 year post-university has taught me. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I wanted to start this video off by talking about jobs, which is mainly what everybody's stressing about. As soon as you finish uni, and you have your graduation, the whole job search is on. Especially for me, finding a job was really important. Even though I was working already, I was working part-time, transitioning into full-time waitressing, I knew that hospitality in that sense is not my career. Not that I exactly know what my career is even now, but I just knew, you just know that for me that wasn't the be all and end all. I wanted to progress, I wanted something different, I wanted a degree related job. So as soon as graduation had come around, I was applying for so many jobs. I started off specifically like law related, so I went to like paralegals. I was looking at training contracts. Law related, I have to do 3 more years worth of studying and to get some experience if I am going directly into the solicitor route, which I knew at that point I didn't want to do. And so I was trying to still work in the legal sector, figure out if it was for me, and if I really liked it I would go back and continue studying. However, that didn't exactly pan out. So I was applying for paralegals, training contracts, that kind of thing. I didn't hear anything back, so I thought, okay, let me work my way a little bit lower down the ladder and try and get into the legal sector that way, and then work my way up. So I started applying for legal secretary jobs, which don't even necessarily need a degree qualification. So I was applying for those, still heard nothing. And then you just get to a point where you think, okay, maybe not law, let me look at the business side of my degree. So I was applying for business. Is such a broad range and spectrum of what everything's a business, so you can apply for loads of different kind of things. So I was applying for HR related jobs. I thought, okay, well, HR, you still have that law related side of things, but you don't necessarily have to continue studying and do more years of studying and experience. So I thought, but the more I looked into HR, you need the CIPD qualifications and how they have different levels within that. So I thought, okay, maybe not that route, because at that point I had been studying for 3 years and I finished uni and I so desperately wanted a job. I didn't want to do any more studying, I just wanted to get into like the real world and start my career, whatever that was. So by the time that I was looking at these other jobs, I thought, okay, so that route I have to do more studying, more qualifications, I'll look into something else. At this point I was also just applying for kind of any job, not even degree related. So I was applying for administrative jobs, secretary jobs, PA jobs, any kind of admin, office work, receptionist, those kind of things, just so I had a normal kind of 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job whilst I was looking for something else. Because at this point, when I was waitressing, I am working evenings, weekends, and the shifts aren't the same every week. I wanted some structure and I wanted my Monday to Friday 9 till 5 salary job, just so I could put my foot in the door in the working world and then try and look for other jobs that way. And again, even those jobs hadn't got back to me. And then you start to get to a point, well, I got to a point where I thought, I'm applying for jobs which when I was at uni I would never have thought I would be applying for, and the money isn't what I thought it would be. And in my blog post that I've written, 1 year post-uni, what post-uni life has taught me, I wrote in that when I was at uni there was no way I would be applying for admin jobs, secretary jobs. Naively I thought, I've got a degree, I'm sorry, I'm better than that. And then you apply for these jobs thinking, I'm almost overqualified, like I've got a law degree and I'm applying for admin, like surely I'll get snapped up. No. And also at uni, I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to apply for a job less than 20k a year. No way. I've just finished my law degree, 3 years. I did not work this hard to go into an 18k paying job. No. Yeah, reality check, that also didn't pan out. So essentially I was applying for jobs every day. Like I said in my other videos and my blog posts, it became consuming. The pressure to look for a job, to have something that is directly law related or degree related is really immense, and it just doesn't work like that. And I think what I want to put across in this video, without sounding really negative, but more as like a reality check and something I wish that I heard when I was finishing uni, is please do not put pressure on yourself. If you're applying for jobs that you didn't ever think you would be applying for, or you almost think like it's nothing to do with my degree, I actually think I'm worth more than this. But the reality is that thousands of graduates are finishing a year at a time, and everyone's applying for the same kind of jobs. Everybody's trying to get a job, and it's just a lot. And obviously with coronavirus at the minute, if you're a 2020 graduate, it's going to be even harder because there's so many redundancies in other jobs that trying to find a job anyway is going to be hard. Trying to find a job as a graduate is arguably going to be even harder. So yeah, job wise, it was really tough. I applied for 60, 70, upwards of 100 jobs. I was applying for jobs every day, degree related, not degree related, really basic jobs that I never thought I would have applied for. And I am not just saying this, I heard back from nowhere. Nobody replied to me, no one responded to my application. Only a handful, and I mean a handful, of employers even bothered to email back saying, thank you for your application, but you've been unsuccessful. So there's so many other applications that didn't even respond. And you'll sit there day after day and people are asking you, how did you get on with that job application? Have you heard back from them? Have they said anything? And you can't help but feel like, for me, I just felt really disappointed that I had this huge anticlimax of, oh my god, this is amazing, I'm going to get this job, that job, start my life, it's going to be really exciting, have this money, and then you finish and that's not the case. You apply for, not thousands, but you apply for so many jobs and yet you hear nothing back. And I think the reoccurring theme for me, even when I was applying for these admin jobs or secretary jobs that I thought I'm better than this, is experience is perhaps even more valuable than having a degree. Because at the minute, I think what the place I'm in now, 1 year on, after applying for all those jobs, is that everybody has a degree nowadays, and it's almost like, okay, you've got a degree and what? People are looking for experience, people are looking for what else you did whilst you're at uni, what's different about you, what can you bring to us? And I just thought, well, I've got a degree, so surely isn't that enough? No, it's not enough. So these things and these jobs that I was applying for, you need experience. Well, how was I going to get the experience? I've just finished 3 years of uni. So that was what I was struggling with the most, is I have this degree, I'm applying for degree related, non-degree related, and yet I'm no further forward, I felt, than where I was before I even went to uni. It seemed, and I was doubting myself, was uni even the right choice? Even now, 1 year on, I'm still not sure uni was the right choice, because I'm no further forward now, I feel, than what I was before I had my degree, because I had a job before Corona that I'd literally just started, which was the trainee management programme within the same hotel that I was waitressing in. But 2.5 weeks in, COVID hit, and now I'm going back to work next week and I can't do that position anymore because of how the world has changed. So essentially I'm going back into waitressing, which is where I was when I was 18. And you just think, so what was the point? Did I even need to go to uni? am I any further forward? I thought a degree is like that immediate key in the door, or that immediate foot in the door to an industry to get a job. And I heard so many times at uni as well, even if you don't apply for a law related job, employers love law students because they know how much hard work it takes and how much dedication it takes to do that degree. And I thought, even if I don't want to do law, employers will snap me up because of the degree that I've studied. Even then I'm like, no. I've applied for jobs that literally were £16,000 a year, which I would, like I've said, when I was at uni, never, ever, ever have applied for those because I thought I'm better than that, at least 20k. Even the 16k office junior job, no, didn't respond. So one thing that I want to put across to, like, if I was talking to myself a year ago, is don't be so hard on yourself and don't feel disappointed for applying for jobs that aren't degree related, because a lot of people are still in hospitality, a lot of people are still in retail, a lot of people are still not where they thought they would be 1 year on, and it's only been a year. So give yourself a break. I mean, we're in the middle of a global pandemic at the minute, so there's not much that you can do. There's not many jobs out there. So yeah, if I was talking to myself a year ago when I was graduating, I'd just say, look, you might not be exactly where you thought you would be 1 year on, and that's okay. You might not have got the job you thought you were going to get, and that's okay. You're not on the money you thought you were going to be on, and that's okay. And please don't compare yourself to your friends, because my friends got jobs before me. A couple of them are in jobs which are related to their degree, and you think, why hasn't that happened to me? And it just hasn't. And trying not to compare yourself and beating yourself up about what other people are doing and what jobs other people have got is so hard, but you just end up feeling really shit about yourself. And yeah, that's one thing I would say is about for jobs. 1 year post-uni and what's life like now, honestly, is not too different to what it was like before uni, and it's not the way I thought it would be, and that's okay. So I'm now going to move on to 1 year post-uni. So I've done jobs. I'm going to move on to how my social life has changed since being at uni, and oh my god, has it changed. Like I said before, I've mentioned in a couple of other videos that when you're at uni, you have this social life, you have this immediate best friend bubble around you because you live with your friends, and you have these people that you are surrounded with, and that's all taken away from you then, and you lose those friends. Not necessarily lose them, but you lose the convenience of living with those friends, or how easy it is just to go and have a conversation, and you move back in with your family and you don't necessarily have the friends around you that you had at uni, and nor the free time, nor the just, for me it was so easy just to go into knots for a couple of drinks and come home, whereas now it's not as easy to do that. I have to plan everything, and let's say the pandemic isn't happening, I'll be working full time, so you've really got to plan when you're doing things and when you're going to meet up with friends, and people are busy, they've got their own lives. So my social life has changed drastically, and I've had to really step back and focus, really try and make those friendships work that I had at uni, but also put work into friendships that I do actually have here. So I've put effort and time into the friends that I used to work with when I was waitressing, which I'm going to be doing again next week, seeing those people again and just trying to build new friendships, because it's so important to have your own stuff going on. Even though you think, I'm an adult now, I've got this job, I've got this life, it's so important just to see your friends and to continue having aspects of your social life that you had at uni but now. So 1 year post-uni, what to expect your social life, expect it to dry up, because you are not a student anymore, you have responsibilities, you have a job, and you don't have the free time or the convenience of just living with your best friends, unless you live with friends now. So yeah, what to expect. it's going to be hard. It's definitely a big change, and you've got to work at things if you want to keep those friendships, is the truth. And that leads me on to my last point, which is what to expect 1 year post uni with your mental health. And like I said before, I've got a whole video about the post uni blues, and I've got a blog post about it as well, which I'll link down below. But just in short, it's hard. It's been really hard to go from having this really fun and exciting life to this new one, and you've got to change, you've got to adapt. And I think what I would tell myself a year ago is things aren't going to be as amazing as you thought. I just thought when I finished uni, this is like a new chapter, which it is, and my real life can start. That's it. Now I can start work, new exciting opportunities, which isn't necessarily wrong, but I experienced a huge dip in my mental health after uni, because things aren't the same. I don't necessarily deal that well with change, and it's a huge change. So 1 year post uni, your mental health can definitely dip. It's changing, especially now in the pandemic. That's had a knock-on effect on everybody's mental health. So I don't want to go on too much about mental health after uni, because like I said, in a whole video and blog post about that. So another couple of things that I wanted to mention that post-uni life has taught me, and life after uni, some positives, because I think sometimes it's so easy to focus all on the negative aspects of not getting the job, the social life going down the pan, your mental health deteriorates. Is that you can think so negatively of how life has changed so much since uni, and was uni the right choice, and questioning yourself. But taking the positives out of life after uni, what to expect and what I've learned, is that potentially, which again I've mentioned this in my blog post, is that uni prepares you for so much more than just working life. It prepares you to live on your own, to be independent, to do things for yourself, to search things for yourself, and not everything is going to be handed to you on a plate. And that's one thing that I've learned, is that previous to this, most things that I've had to do in life has been spoon-fed, handed to me on a plate. I really haven't had to try too hard which sounds like I'm spoiled, but this is not what I mean. That I don't have to try too hard to get where I want to go or to be where I want to be. But what I mean by that is I've never had to put myself out there in a way that you do once you finish uni. You never put yourself out there and really are so vulnerable like you do after uni. But uni does prepare you for those things, especially for me in my last year of uni. If you watched my third year at uni video, I mentioned how one of my modules was about, essentially it wasn't even law related, it was more practical skills about interviewing a client and having like an interview, which was the exam, what you're going to be assessed on. But just having that module preparing you for interviews, how to convey yourself professionally, and those kind of things really prepares you not only for uni but for normal, like for life afterwards. And there's so many things at uni you don't realise that come into play afterwards. Like, for example, uni has taught me so much more now that I'm out of it about budgeting. So when I came out of uni, I saved my student loan, and I also saved my own money that I was earning to buy my own car outright. And I think had I not gone to uni, I perhaps wouldn't have had that experience or had to have saved or budgeted before. Because whilst you're at uni, you have to budget. Okay, so I've got my food shop, my loan comes in here, then I have to pay my rent, and then I want to go out, and then this, and then that. Have I not been to uni, I probably wouldn't have learned or really known much about budgeting and saving my money. So 1 year post uni, what to expect and what I've learned is that uni really prepares you for so much more than just working life. It really prepares you for adulthood, and it's just so much more than just a degree. And another thing that I put in my blog post is that I think arguably the life experience that you gain from going to uni, which is what I've learned now leaving, is perhaps just as valuable as the degree that you gain. And this is why I will never regret going to uni, even though I sometimes question, was a degree and was the university the right pathway for me? I'm still not sure, but I don't regret going, because I met my best friends there, which I'm still friends with now 1 year on. I learned so much about myself. I gained so much confidence from moving away from home, living somewhere new, having to go out and explore places on my own, trying to see where I'm going to be studying, where the library is, trying to do my own research, trying to find like information surrounding that research that I've had to go out on my own and find, and doing interviews and to do presentations on your own and find that confidence. It really does prepare you for so much more, and that life experience is, like I've said, potentially more valuable than the degree, how I feel at the minute, because those things that people who haven't gone to uni won't know, won't have experienced, like doing your own chores, learning to cook, budgeting, like I've said, being independent, finding yourself. I think I'm a completely different person now than to who I was when I went to uni. But obviously 3 years have passed, of course you're going to change and be a different person, but I think I would have been completely different had I not gone. And I think I would have been perhaps still quite shy. I would never have been doing this. Never. So looking on the positives, and I really don't want to reflect too much on the negatives of what to expect post-uni and life after uni. Yes, it is different. Yes, the reality of trying to find a job is hard. Yes, your social life suffers. Yes, your mental health suffers. But you realise, for one, how much you did learn at uni outside of the degree, especially for me, living the accommodations and having that experience as well taught me so much, and I have so much life experience because of I've gone to uni, that I would never regret any of that. And also, like, there's so many elements of my degree which have come into play now, which I think, reflecting back, has taught me so much. Like, I did a whole module on land law, so I learnt about mortgages, which of course is going to be coming in handy when I want to be buying my own house, which I'm saving for now. And that saving and budgeting has helped because I was at uni. So a lot of the things link into one another, and just because I'm not in a job which directly correlates to my degree doesn't mean that my degree isn't helpful to me now, because there's elements of my degree which really have benefited me and are helping me now. But I do think that the life experience that I gained whilst I was at uni is more useful to me right now, because I'm not in a degree, I'm not in a job which is using all the knowledge that I gained whilst I was at uni. So trying to look on the positives, life after uni, is you realise what an amazing experience university was, how much you gained there knowledge wise, being challenged, being tested, really having to be strict and have deadlines and have responsibilities in that sense is just incredible. But also you learned so much more than just your degree whilst you were there, which does come into play all the time now 1 year on. So yeah, just trying to look on the positives of things. It's not all bad 1 year on. I mean, you know, I'm quite happy. I don't regret going. Do I necessarily think that my degree is put me any further forward in my career right now? No. But has it helped me and my life experience and me as a person progress? Yes. Is it potentially a lot of debt to get into just to figure those things out? Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to add those things in as well and shine a positive light on what life is like after uni, and not shed such a negative pessimistic one for 2020 graduates who watch this video thinking, oh shit, it's 1 year on, life sounds horrible. But mainly the thing that I want to stress and almost tell myself a year ago and tell graduates now is mainly about the job. And I think to have a realistic idea that you won't necessarily be where you want to be in a year, and that's okay. You won't necessarily be in the job that you want to be. You might not be in the industry, or you might not even have a job right now. You might still be looking, or you might, I don't know, whatever it might be. But the main point that I wanted to get across is that 1 year post-uni is nothing, and don't put too much pressure on yourself to have it all figured out 1 year on and to be in this amazing company which is like really well paid, and then you're getting a promotion. And that's, I think, what I saw for myself. I thought, I'll get a job in a couple of weeks and then I'll work there for a bit. 1 year on, I'll potentially move on, go somewhere else that's a bit more higher paid, build my experience up, give it a few years, and I'll be where I want to be. Which isn't the reality. The reality is 1 year on, I'm no further forward than what I feel I was when I was 18. I'm basically still waitressing. So that is kind of, if I was talking to myself a year ago what to expect and my experience 1 year post-uni, I'm not sure if this video is just going to be too much of a repetition of what I've said in previous ones, but I really just wanted to stress those points again and just put across that not everything's going to go as you want it to go, and not everything's going to be exactly how you want it to be 1 year on. Just a realistic account of life after uni is it is hard, it's different, and you might not be where you want to be, and that's okay. So like I said, I'll link those blog posts and the other videos down below. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a big like and a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.